Okay, everybody, we're back. Brand new Cabral concept. Exciting but controversial show here today on early warning signs of aging from excess exercise. Now, I know most people are not in danger of over-exercising, but it's an important one to look at and the reasons why, whether you're a practitioner or you're looking out for your own family or yourself as well. So exercise, as we know, is literally one of the most powerful tools in the world for overall health, chronic-based disease, cancer, stress, and longevity. But what happens is all of those, meaning like exercise can be amazing for anti-aging, but when done out of balance with your body, remember, bioindividuality, personomics, your body, when done out of order or out of balance, it becomes a pro-aging activity. Literally, it ages your body faster than giving you the anti-aging benefits. And I see so many people, literally, I'm a part of some amazing groups. People talk to me all the time about their exercise regimens. They are, trying to be in it to win it and all of that. And I get it, but they are aging themselves faster. And I try to sneak it in the nicest possible way, but it's hard for a lot of times people to even get like, well, how could it not be good for me? And I'm going to share with you why and how it could not be good for you based on certain parameters. So what I want to share with you is that we all need to exercise. The ideal amount is 150 minutes a week of cardiovascular, aerobic based. It sounds like a lot. I totally get it, but it's proven over and over to be the number. And that didn't come out a year ago. This is decades old. So for decades, it has been shown 30 to 40 minutes we're not talking about all out cardio. We're talking about like a brisk walk cardio, an incline cardio, zone 2. So for most people, heart rate between 110 and 130. So you're not maxed out any effort here, but 150 minutes a week. Okay, so just think of it this way. 4 days times 40 minutes. That's about it. I mean, that's really what you're looking at. Okay, so now what else do we need beside that? 2 days a week of strength training. So let's just say you did cardio 4 days and strength training 2 days, that's 6 days a week, but you could stack those. Like your strength training could be 20 minutes and your cardio could be 30 to 40 and you're done in an hour. So like that can't happen. I don't want to go through a workout program here today. I talk about that in the Rain Barrel Effect. I talk about that in my new book, Personomics. But what I want to share with you is that strength training we want to use for bone density, for muscular-based strength, for mitochondrial health, for metabolic health. We want to use aerobic-based for providing oxygenation of the tissues, for the heart, the lungs, the vascular system, anti-cancer, all of these great things. Now, the tipping point is this. Exercise, like a lot of things in life, creates oxidative stress. That oxidative stress creates free radicals. Those free radicals create inflammation. The inflammation is what ages us, right? So free radicals, oxidative stress, basically same thing. Higher levels of inflammation, higher levels of aging. Wrinkling of the skin, age spots in the skin, hair loss, hair graying. All of these things are simply outward signs of aging, right? Muscle loss, looser skin, all of those things. Okay, so exercise done right improves all of aging. It's a hermetic stressor that makes our body a little bit stronger. Even cardio is good for the knees when the body's in alignment, in balance, because that pressure, as I just shared last Friday review, actually strengthens the joints themselves. When done improperly, of course, or overdone, hurts the joints. So it is always about equilibrium. It's always about balance. Now, here's the issue. This is where Personomics comes in. Based on your cortisol levels, based on your inflammation, based on your recovery time, based on your metabolic health, based on your hormones, and based on your immune system, the exercise should be higher or lower. And let me give you an example. When someone is in my practice, they're more of an endomorphic body type or a kapha body type, and their hemoglobin A1C is like a 5.6, 5.7, 5.8, maybe even higher, and they are 30, 40, 50 pounds overweight, I am giving that person daily walking or daily cardio of 1 hour. You might say, well, that's a lot. Totally get it. But what are the priorities, right? Like, so if they came to me for their health, they want to plan for their health. And I need to bring down inflammation, bring down blood sugar levels, improve overall vascular health. And so I'm doing that typically as a morning walk fasted. So let's say the client ideal weight is 150 and they weigh 200 pounds. I'm not going to have them doing a lot of cardio. I'm not going to have that wear and tear on the joints when they're 50 pounds above where they want to. Imagine taking a 45-pound plate and strapping it onto your back or chest and then running with it. Not ideal, right? Not ideal for the lower back, the joints, the hips, any of those things. So we are walking and we're walking fasted. Is walking fasted right for everyone? No. If you wake up, you're more of the Vata body type, you're lower blood sugar, you don't need to lose the weight, and you're going out and you're walking fasted, not right for you. Like you're just adding more oxidative stress and probably spiking your cortisol levels. So as they say, different strokes for different folks. Like we need different things. And again, if this interests you, check out Personomics. It's on Amazon, or you can just go to personomics.io/book. And you can get the audiobook, you can get anything that you want. Super simple, straightforward, check that out. So this is what we look at. And then we say, okay, based on your ability to recover, allows me then your ability to tell you the ability to exercise. Let me just want to repeat that one more time. If your body is low DHEA, low testosterone, estrogen dominant for women, low thyroid, low cortisol production in the morning, am I going to have you doing a lot of exercise and hard training? No. Your labs have already told me that your body is exhausted. It is worn out from some type of chronic stress on it. Do I need to overdo it now? No. I need, over the next 3 to 6 months, I'm going to rebuild and rejuvenate your body. Then I'm going to gradually work up your exercise. That's what I'm going to do. So in IHP, what do we talk about? Integrative Health Practitioner Institute. What are we doing? Well, graduate exercise program. Person starts with walking. If the average is 3,500 steps or so a day, I'm just going to add 10 minutes per day over the next week. That's it. I'm just going to gradually move up. Then I'm going to do some body weight training. Simple, easy on the nervous system. Then I'll add some cardio. Then I'll do some maybe weight-based strength, not overly heavy. And then I will add some, at the very end, interval-based training, right? So I've got a lot of podcasts on that as well. All right, but let me give you the 5 signs now to look for if your body is overdoing it, right? Because that's what I said, the 5 signs you want to look for. So the first one is this: your resting heart rate begins to climb. So one of the best ways to look at it, there's 2. When you begin to exercise, your heart rate jumps up an extra 5 to 10 beats more than it should. So I can give you an example that is well, it's at least relatable. If I run inside air-conditioned gym with a treadmill, on a treadmill, I have my baseline heart rate. If I'm outside in the heat and humidity, my heart rate's going to be 10 points higher than it usually is. That doesn't mean my body's weaker, but it does mean it's working harder, like no doubt about it. So take that as an example. On your average run or cardio weight training day, if it's higher, your body's under a little bit more stress. Keep that in mind. The best way to look at it is your overnight heart rate. If your overnight heart rate is 5 beats above your average baseline, your body's stressed. Still exercise, but you're not going for personal best at this time until your body rejuvenates and recuperates more. The second is a downward HRV trend. How much? Well, keep in mind, a healthy individual, it varies widely for HRV. We're talking about, like I see in my practice, anywhere from 25 to 75 when you're in your 40s, right? So what am I looking for? Well, if it's 10%, it's only 2.5. Like that's a hard one to gauge. So what I typically do is I look for a 15 to 20% decline. So let's say the person's a 30. All right, so what am I looking at? Well, somewhere between like 4 and 6 points, right? So if they're usually a 30, but they've been trending lately at 24, a 26, a 25, a 27, a 23, I'm like, oh, okay, this person's body, namely the nervous system, because remember, the muscles recover easy. It's the nervous system showing the stress of the body. Okay, so if HRV is trending downwards overnight, that's what I look for as well. And again, you could track this with your favorite bio tracker, whether it's Oura, Whoop, Garmin, Apple Watch, whatever you're into, just put it on airplane mode. That's what you need to do overnight for sure. All right. If your body is chronically inflamed, sore, or you have joint pain, if literally every day you feel inflamed and run down, without a doubt, you're overdoing it. Now you might say, I'm only doing 30 minutes. Okay, I totally get it. But 30 minutes for you, where you're at right now, nutrient deficient, higher levels of toxicities, whatever it is, you have higher levels of inflammation. Your body is not fully recovering. And it's saying that to you on a daily basis. Your body's overwhelmed. So what you might want to do is an every other day workout at that point. That might work best for you. As much as I keep trying to get to 4 days a week of strength training, from my body, it's too much. It just is. It's kind of always been too much. I just used to push through it in my 20s, but now that I'm, double that age in my later 40s, 4 days a week just doesn't work. So 3 days for me is the sweet spot. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then the alternating days are cardio. And that seems to work really well for my body, at least where it is right now. Okay. So the next one is this: declining performance. I've worked with Olympic athletes. I've worked with professional athletes. I've worked with, mostly regular everyday people. When your performance gets worse, your mile time goes down, your splits go down, your strength goes down. When I was working with Olympic hopefuls in swimming, when their times went down and they're only teenagers, the goal is never then to do more. Your body needs more sleep and more rest. And every single time I did that, obviously their coaches were not happy, but I said, all we're going to do this for is 2 weeks. You know that they're not going to lose everything in 2 weeks. They're going to reduce volume, and they're going to reduce days, and they're going to focus more on food and sleep. And every single time, not sometimes, every single time, times improved after that next 2 weeks. Again, I just want to repeat that. Not sometimes, every single time. And so then, this is going back a long time as well, working with those coaches, they started to then look at that. This is before biometric tracking with all these great things. All you have is a heart rate tester back then, heart rate monitor, right? So we would look at that. We would actually look at, okay, what is morning heart rate when they wake up? And so we would start to gauge certain things like that. All right, the last one is this: when sleep and mood begin to worsen, right? So the number one thing you need to be able to exercise more, and so it's still to be anti-aging, is sleep. But if you're getting less sleep or you have more wakes during the night, that means you are most likely overdoing it, waking up the next morning, maybe imbalanced blood sugar, imbalanced cortisol, imbalanced mood due to that, and now you're really just pushing through the workouts. That is a sign that you are overdoing it. Now remember, all of these things are remediable, and what it typically means is make sure you're getting enough nutrients, not just calories, but micronutrients, that you're getting proper sleep. Two huge things, right? Sleep and nutrition are the fastest ways to recover from exercise. And then you're going to look at your exercise volume. There's probably nothing wrong with the exercise that you're doing. The volume may be too much. The amount of sets or the amount of time total volume might be the thing. So what I would say is this: I'm going to keep it at that for today, but I want you to look at your overall routine and say, how do I feel overall? Could anything improve? And then I want you to go to your biometrics. Overnight, find your heart rate baseline, find your HRV baseline, and then begin to track your overall sleep, mood, inflammation over the next, call it, week or 2 weeks. You may have found that sweet spot, and what I found, the only way is to finally know if you've hit your max right now is just to begin to gradually increase it by 5% a week, maybe 10% maximum. You'll be able to find what your upper limit is, and then you want to dial it back a little bit. You never want to be at your upper limit every single week. That is where we get to be that pro-oxidative base state, which becomes pro-aging. So hopefully today's show is helpful. Feel free to leave all of your signs and also comments below. We read all of them. For all the show notes from today, head on over to StephenCabral.com/3702. Take care, everybody. I'll talk to you tomorrow on a brand new Cabral Concept.